Hello, and in this series of videos I'm going to be going through the pre-release for IGCSE Computer Science with Cambridge, and I'm going to be looking at the UK pre-release for October-November 2021. If you're watching this after that date, then you're probably using it as some kind of help for coding and revision, but this video has been aimed at those who are going to be taking the exam in October-November 2021 in the UK. So I have got hold of the pre-release and I have coded it, and I'm going to be coding it with you, but let's first of all have a look. And just like all the other pre-releases, there's 2 pages in the pre-release, and you will get this from your exam centre. So wherever you have booked your exam, they will send you this. And if it's different to this one, do contact me to tell me, because it could be that they've given you the wrong one. So the pre-release that we'll be doing, it's very similar to all the others. There's 3 tasks, there's always 3 tasks, 1 sheet of paper, and we have a programming task that we have to do. And then in the exam, they're going to ask you questions about this. And we'll be looking at questions that they might ask you a little bit later in a separate video, but for now we need to program this. And like normal with all the pre-releases that I do, you could do a really sophisticated, comprehensive program based on the task that they've set. But whenever I do the videos for this, I just stick to the basic algorithms and the minimum that is needed, because in the exam you don't get extra marks for adding an interface, Windows programming, and you don't get extra points for any kind of sort of nice additional stuff that you might add on to make it look pretty or just kind of work functionally better. Ultimately, really what they're looking for is a program that just meets certain criteria. And when I go through, and hopefully you should have seen past pre-releases that I've done, that in the exam they're very specific about the algorithm that they're looking for when you answer questions. So just bear that in mind. That my code that I've written for this, it's my solution, and if you've come up with something different, or you think, I wouldn't do it that way, I'll do it a different way, you go ahead and do that. It's absolutely fine. There are many ways to answer this, and mine is just my way that I know will get you marks in the exam as well. But if you come up with a better way or just a different way, that's absolutely fine too. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just read through the pre-release. It says, in preparation for the examination, it should include attempting the following practical tasks by writing and testing a program or programs. An integrated transport system has been designed to reduce the need for privately owned vehicles. A vehicle is booked to take a passenger from home to a start station, from where they will travel to an end station. A vehicle at the end station will take the passenger to their destination. Each stage of the journey has a price code to represent the distance travelled. The prices for each stage are shown. So we've got 3 tables here. We've got home to start station, and the code is C1, C2, C3, C4 and C5, and therefore the price for C1 is $1.50, C2 is $3, etc. So that's our first home to start station. Our second one, our middle stage, is the start station to the end station. So we're right in the middle, and we've got an M for M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, so it's the middle. And the price is $5.75 for M1, $12.50 for M2, etc. The end station to the destination, F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, and we've got similar prices to the start there, $1.53, $4.56 and $8. So to book a journey, a passenger will enter a code for each stage and the start time of their journey. The total price is calculated by adding together the price for each of the 3 stages. The total price will be reduced by 40% when the start time of the journey is after 10 o'clock in the morning. Write and test a program or programs for the integrated transport booking system. Your program or programs must include appropriate prompts for the entry of data. Data must be validated on entry. Error messages and other output need to be set out clearly and understandably. all variables, constants and other identifiers must have meaningful names. So just a point there about the constants, obviously Python, I'm going to be doing this in Python. Python doesn't have constants. They could ask you about this in the exam, but I will be pointing out how you can sort of identify what would be a constant if Python allows it. And just remember that constants are just variables that once the program is running, you can't change the value. So our task 1 is to set up the booking system. We're going to write a program to set up arrays to record the following: codes and prices for each of the 3 stages, passenger accounts that include a unique passenger account number and name, bookings that include a unique passenger account number, a start time of the journey, a code for each stage of the journey, and a unique booking number for the journey. And then store the data for the code and price for each stage. Then task 2, using the booking system, we're going to extend task 1 to achieve the following: allow passengers to open an account by generating a unique passenger account number and storing it alongside their name in the arrays. Allow passengers to make a booking. Allow passengers to make a booking by first entering their unique passenger account number and the start time of their journey and a code for each stage of their journey. Check if the passenger account number already exists. Generate a unique booking number for the journey. Calculate the total price of the journey without any discount and store the journey details. So most of the work is actually going to be in task 2, which is normal actually. They do seem to be doing that now. And then finally task 3, applying a discount and checking the entry. So we're going to extend task 2 to check the start time of the journey, and if it's after 10 o'clock, apply a 40% discount of the total price. Display the total price and the booking details for the passenger to check and allow them to either confirm the details are correct or start again. Okay, so that is the pre-release. It's a bit of a strange one, really. They seem to be running out of ideas, but I guess the different codes, the C1, C2, etc. They represent a different vehicle type. I'm guessing, that it might be small vehicles with C1 and a large vehicle for C5, etc. But we'll we just have to kind of guess that that's what it will be. All right, so in the next video, we're going to look at starting to code this.